Set us free. Set us free. Set us free. Set us free. In this dark hour of need. Light our way back home, coming in from the cold. And
hey, good afternoon. Good afternoon. This is Andy. So listen, a whole bunch of people have asked me about my COVID experience since finding out that I got infected, and not that I found out I got infected, since finding out that I was positive for COVID. So I'm going to tell you the whole story as far as I know it. Before I do, please understand, I am not a medical professional. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a researcher. I'm just a computer guy. So let's start with the day that I guess it all happened. I have seasonal allergies. Now, I twice a year in the spring and the fall/winter, I get allergized is what I call it. And I'll start with sneezing and then stuffy sinus headache kind of stuff. And if I catch it in time, what I'll normally do is take Sudafed during the day and then Benadryl at night. And if I catch it fast enough, that will take care of everything. If I don't catch it fast enough, oh my goodness, hold on. All right, so if I don't catch it fast enough, then it will turn into a sinus infection and often migrate into my ears and all that kind of stuff. And you know how that goes. So thankfully, I've learned to look at the signs and symptoms and then start taking care of it. So this time, I thought I had my typical allergizing effects, attacks or whatever. And so on a Thursday, I started taking Sudafed during the day and Benadryl at night. And then the same thing on Friday and Saturday. And then I noticed on Saturday morning that it hurt me to ruck. My legs hurt. So I only rucked 2 miles and then figured I would rest on Sunday and Monday. And then Tuesday, I decided to ruck again and could only do 2 miles again. So I decided I was just going to take a break from rucking and let my legs recover. But by Wednesday, I had also developed a cough, not a severe cough, but I would go about 3 or 4 times an hour, maybe a little bit more, but not very much. And it wasn't a hacking cough or anything like that. And but I did notice that I was getting congested, a chest cold or whatever. So we were planning on flying out to see the boys on the East Coast, and I decided that I should go get tested because if people hear me coughing on a plane, they were going to think that I was infected and I was infecting them. So in an abundance of caution, I did get tested, and the doctor told me that that I had COVID. And he said there's not really anything that I would recommend we do for it right now other than, he said, do you take vitamins? And I said, yes, sir, I take supplements. He said, okay, well, here's what I want you to do. I want you to increase your vitamin C to 1,500 milligrams, increase your vitamin D to 10,000 IU, and then increase your zinc to 75. I said, no problem. And then after I, got that day, I did a remote order or pickup order for Kroger and got everything that I needed. I was so thankful that they had everything. And then I had some friends that are involved in different things and said, Andy, I talked to somebody and this scientist said you should also do this and this and this. So I did those things, increased my supplements, added some other things, a rehydration drink, a recovery drink, and then a product that contains a new ingredient called Astoril. So I started adding all that to my diet and continued my normal getting healthy diet. Of course, that includes I eat in the mornings. I eat berries all the time, and I am high in fibrous foods, especially lettuce and things like that, different lettuces, greens. So I just kept doing all that, and I never got very, very much worse with the effects of COVID. Now, I'm learning now more and more about it that if you are a positive blood type, for example, I'm O positive, that there's a good chance you may not have bad effects of it compared to negative people, especially whatever. I'm not a scientist. I don't know. I'm just letting you know what I've found so far. So I have spoken to some medical professionals, and they said, in fact, a specific doctor's office that I was at recently said that they are actually taking um, 200 milligrams of zinc as a part of their preventative protocol, I guess you would say. So that's kind of where everything landed. So I did start rucking again on this Monday and did my 4 miles and decided that I would take Tuesday off so that I could ease myself back into it and not just hit my body crazy. So that's what I did. I rucked 4 miles Monday, took Tuesday off. Hold on. Oh, that's my stuff. And then I rucked again this morning for 4 miles. I did notice that my legs were a little bit tight because remember, I haven't rucked for 19 days. So today I stretched just about 20 minutes before I went out. And then when I got back in, I stretched for another 10 or 15, getting better. And my legs aren't as tight now as they were. So I'll probably stretch again tonight. And that's one of the things that I like to do is stretch and make myself as tall as possible. I'm only 5'6", I'm trying to make myself 6 feet. No. Anyway, I do stretch out as much as I can before going to sleep. So that's my story. Like I said, I'm not a medical pro. I am so thankful for my healing. I say that all the time. People ask me, how are you? And I'll just tell them, that I'm okay. And I'm thankful for my healing because I certainly am. Now, for those that are so much worse impacted by COVID, I'm so sorry that that's the case. And I pray for you all the time. There's a friend of mine in Houston, and she's, man, goodness. Hey, listen, if you have some extra time to pray, just shoot up a prayer for Adriel. She needs our prayers. She had it a couple of months ago, and it affected her severely to the point now that she's having heart problems. Her heart is beating faster than it should, even at rest, and she's having breathing problems and everything like that. So as you're praying, please do that. If you're not a prayer and you're just a positive vibe person, I shouldn't say just, if you're a positive vibes person, then send some positive vibes her way. We all need all that we can get, that's for sure. Okay, so now here comes my default statement. If you know somebody that has a problem with COVID and you love them, let them know that you love them and that you appreciate them and that you're thinking about them and that you're praying for them. And if you know somebody who doesn't have a problem with COVID, do the same thing, because we all need all the prayers we can get and the love. And my goodness, please tell people that you love them and everything else. We've heard some serious stories about people that, get hospitalized and don't come out. We know of a story of a pastor's wife who got COVID and then had to go into ICU and had to be put on a ventilator, and she didn't survive. So, we don't know much about this infection, unfortunately. And now we've had it for 9 months. And I'm praying that we find out more and more about it. So that's my COVID recovery tale. Everything I told you is true. I am not a medical professional. I'm telling you again. I did find things that worked for me, and I'm so thankful they did. So if you have any questions about any of that, I would love to tell you again what I just told you, or specific details if you have questions. And if you are currently in quarantine, and you're in Nacogdoches and you need something, let me know that. We had people take care of us. I did mention it, and just in case you didn't hear that one, we had some friends take care of us for Thanksgiving. They provided us with a feast, and oh my goodness, it was delicious. And I was not upset to eat leftovers for 2 or 3 more days. And wow, it was just fantastic. So if you need some help and you have COVID, and you're watching this video, let me know. We would be happy to help you out as best we can. Hey, today is Wealth Wednesday, and Wealth Wednesday is about giving to people you don't know. The whole story behind it is the more that you earn or the more that you have, the more that you're able to give. So it's encouraging you to learn ways to make more money or earn more money or invest differently, or whatever it takes for you to have more money so that you can give more. Let me tell you the story about today. I was on my ruck, and it was right at 7 o'clock when I came across this gentleman. I was on the sidewalk in front of Kroger's, and he was walking through the Kroger parking lot. He had a dog with him, and I said good morning. He said good morning. I said, "How are you, sir?" And he said, "Well, I'm walking, so I'm doing good." And my patent answer when somebody asks how am I, and I'll say I'm blessed and I'm on the right side of the grass. So kind of the same thing. So we talked for a few minutes. I stopped walking, talked to him a minute, and then continued on. I said, "Okay, well, have a great day." And then I continued on. Well, I've already told you that I always carry some cash with me when I'm rucking. And I thought about it, and I felt that God interrupted my ruck by that person so that I could bless him with the cash. So I turned around. I said, "Sir, hold on." And I turned around, and Doug, had to take my glove off so I could get my pocket, and said, "Hey, listen, I'd like to bless you today if that's okay." And I handed it to him. He accepted it, and we had a few more minutes of conversation, and it was just a great time. And I believe that he was put in my path. He interrupted my ruck divinely, if you want to call it that. And I had a much better afternoon, a much better morning, a much better afternoon because of that interaction. And I'm so thankful for it. So, Wealth Wednesday is about giving some money somehow to somebody you don't know. Kind of like a pay it forward, if you want to think of it that way. But a lot of people will take a $5, $10, $20 bill or whatever and tuck it in a diaper box. Or some people will fold it in fourths and then slide it in the slot where you would put your credit card in the gas pump. Some people will pay for the person behind them in the line for coffee or at fast food or whatever. Some people will pay for the toll booth. Some people will give a $20 bill to a vendor and say, "Pay that as far as it'll go for whoever behind me." Those are all great things that you can do. And like I said, the premise is the thought behind the whole movement is so that you earn more money, but that way you can give more. And that's the thought, to get you in the right money mindset, that money is not something to hoard and hold on to, but it's to earn more, to give more. Oh my goodness, it's been a great experience for me. Okay, that's all I'm going to talk about today. Listen, I hope you have a fantastic afternoon. Once again, I apologize for starting late. I was north of town, then had to work at a doctor's office this afternoon, and didn't get back here until, oh my goodness, a little bit later than I needed to be able to talk to you. So I hope you have a fantastic afternoon. I hope that you are blessed. Spend some time with your family. Tell them you love them. Call, do video chats, whatever. Let everybody know that you love them. That's really important. All right. I hope you have a fantastic evening. Be blessed, and I will talk to you later. Let's listen to some Look At You Now. If you have any questions about anything that I've said, please let me know, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.